Russia, 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 the Russian time bomb.
Russia is the largest country in the world. Scaling at a massive 17 million kilometers, that's the same surface area as the dwarf planet Pluto. Its land is split between Europe and Northern Asia and has a whopping population of over 140 million people. It has the largest natural gas reserves in the world, which is equivalent to over 13.2 billion Olympic-sized swimming pools. Their government is a federation, and their political leaders are President Vladimir Putin and the Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. Russia is formerly known by the world as the Soviet Union, which pretty much means that they were seen as just a bunch of communists. But in 1991, the Soviet Union was disbanded. Its economy has solely relied on mining, oil and natural gas production, and defense industry as its primary sources of income. But lately, their economy is starting to plummet.
The ruble, their nation's currency, is slowly losing its value. As oil prices begin to fall drastically, they can't seem to pick up their economy. They are focused solely on the invasion and sanctions on Ukraine, and using money on military weapons and not reconstruction. Oil and gas is only profitable and suitable to help build their economy if they are marketed at least $100 a barrel. Instead, current prices are at $60, which is their leading cause of financial distress. Many Western countries, like the US, are believed to be sanctioning Russia, and many Russian citizens are converting their rubles into euros or dollars. They feel it's imperative to sell their funds, but that can only treat the crisis, not solve it. And some are spending up their savings because they know their money will no longer be safe in banks.
In the meantime, we want to bring you this really huge economic story today. The Russian economy is now in collapse. And we do not say that lightly. We have the numbers to back it up today, folks. President Vladimir Putin's country taking a huge hit. The value of the ruble is declining dramatically. And it happened overnight. Russia's central bank raised interest rates in an effort to stop this from going any lower. That desperate move could sacrifice what's left of the economy. Stuart Varney's here to tell us all about it from our sister channel, Fox Business. Give us the numbers. What happened overnight here?
Okay, the ruble sank to 79 to the dollar. A few months ago, it was 35. So that's a collapse mode. Now, when the currency of the world's largest oil producer collapses like this, it is a very big deal. Russia's economy is facing a depression, not a mere recession, but a depression. This is all the result of the dramatic cut in the price of oil.
Vladimir Putin is the current president of Russia. Back in 2000 to 2008, he served his first presidential term. During this term, the economy was flourishing, and his term was marked by its phenomenal economic growth. Unemployment and poverty decreased by more than 50% during this time. During his first term served, the Russian economy continued to excel for 8 years straight continuously. Overall, during his first presidential term, Putin gets an extremely positive reaction from not only Russia, but he even gains some global support. By 2014, Putin is peaking at his all-time high. He's even chosen to preside over the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics, and as well as releases the iconic female rebel band Pussy Riot from prison. But the flourishing economic state of Russia does not last for long. As stated before, Russia's currency, the ruble, declines massively in value. It drops roughly 22%, which is the lowest Russia has ever seen it in 16 years. The two main reasons for the ruble decreasing in value is the oil crisis currently happening in Russia and the tensions between Russia and Ukraine. Following Ukraine's revolution in 2014, Putin sends military troops to invade Ukraine, primarily Crimea, and this sparks major controversy and a massive uproar. Not only now is Russia tangled in this interstate debacle, but they are also thrown into a crippling economic and financial crisis due to it. While globally, Putin is receiving all of the blame for his country's economic downfall, he says that he blames the Western nations. Our Western nations have not stopped. They decide that they are the winners, they are an empire now, and the rest are vassals, and they have to be driven into a corner.
Russia is a very conservative country in which traditional family values are promoted. Under this strict government control, the rights of the LGBT community are not considered. Gays, bisexual, and transgendered are seen as mental illnesses. It is very difficult to be gay in Russia as you are not accepted or faced with harsh discrimination.
Nikita is part of a collective of Moscow activists that were first to challenge the anti-gay propaganda law by standing in front of the children's library with a sign saying being gay is normal. Most of their protests are masterminded by Alexei Davidov, who is one of Russia's most influential gay rights activists. We tagged along as he prepared an action.
Вообще, я никогда не планировал становиться хоть каким-нибудь активистом. Я жил с парнем, жил довольно-таки счастливо до тех пор, пока его не убили.
Many gays are seeking asylum in the United States through the organization Immigration Equality. This organization provides legal services for those of the LGBT community. Adding to the hate against the gay community, a new law has been presented that would ban any LGBT person from receiving a driver's license. It is believed that Russia experiences too many car accidents and deaths yearly, and that these are the people to blame. This law was also relevant to depression, voyeurism, fetishism, exhibitionism, pathological gambling, and those who are compulsive stealers.
In 2011, a recent documentary was released. It's called Russia's Toughest Prisons. It covers 3 of the nation's toughest prisons to date. Russia's murder rate is 5 times the size of the United States, which is ironic because their population is much smaller than ours. Many of Russia's worst criminals serve life in these prisons. The 3 prisons are Black Dolphin Prison, which is located in Orenburg Oblast, Russia; Vladimir Central, which is located in Vladimir, Russia; and Prison Camp 17, which is located in Siberia, Russia. Black Dolphin is one of the harshest prisons in Europe. They blindfold their prisoners and force them into compromising positions when being transported across the camp, so they never know where they are and can even fathom how to escape. These prisons are impossible to escape. The very thought of escaping is laughable.
Russia, 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 the Russian times bomb.